Hi, hello. Quick thing, future editing, Jackie coming to you. Just so you are aware, this video is of me in my car talking, and I did not realize how bumpy these roads were. So if you get sick watching unsteady footage, you may want to just listen to this like it's a podcast or something. Probably don't watch it. Even to me, it was kind of distracting. So just a heads up. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm working on getting all of my old backlogged videos from last year up, and I've been vlogging at the beginning of this year, trying to get in the habit of regular vlogging. So okay, I'll let you get to this one. Love you, bye. Hello guys, I am running incredibly late this morning. We don't have to talk about it. Anyway, so I'm not gonna be alone at all this week, so this is the only time that I can really talk to you. So I never got a chance to catch you up on what happened on PD day last Friday. Everything went really well. I was actually really happy with the choices that I made for my sessions. So this first one, the biggest thing I got out of this was one of the teachers it's kind of like a flipped classroom, but our district doesn't really support a flipped classroom. This angle is just, oh God. Anyway, our district doesn't really support a flipped classroom, so it's kind of just like a play on that. So if you don't know what a flipped classroom is, it's teachers will have online assignments or at-home assignments for the kids to do, and then they do those at home and then come in, and the teacher just enriches that lesson that they had. So basically the students are kind of self-taught at the beginning of the lesson, and then the teacher comes in with supplementals and reinforcement stuff. Anyway, so our district isn't really set up to support that. So what she does is she'll just videotape herself doing lessons on little things, and she puts those up online for the students, and if they ever need help, they can go back to those and refer to those. And then I think she said once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that, she starts her class out with that, and that's her beginning lesson. Instead of teaching them the new skill up in front of the classroom, she'll have them watch the video, and then they have to watch it twice through. And then after that, if they have any questions, then she encourages them to ask a friend first, and then her third choice or whatever, if they still don't understand, is to come and ask her. And she said that really helps alleviate all of the questions that she gets over and over and over again. I don't know if I just mentioned this, she's a math teacher, so it really helps her out with her classroom. So she'll videotape stuff of finding the area of a triangle, multiplying mixed fractions, etc., etc. Anyway, I really like the idea of a flipped classroom, and I knew that our district wasn't really set up for that, but I like the way she's doing this, and I feel like this would really benefit a lot of students, especially with stuff like math and English, where there's a lot of students who aren't super strong, and just having that resource there for them. If they're writing a paper and they can't remember where do you put a semicolon, they can I can have a video up about that, and they can go back and refer to it. So yeah, that was the first one. The second one I went to was helping to teach me kind of how to identify and support a gifted student. My passion project is kind of gifted students. My brother is a gifted student. When he was in high school, he just got really bored. He was way ahead of where everybody else was, and he just already knew this stuff, so he got really bored, and that came out as he wouldn't do his work, or he would do his work and not turn it in. But yeah, this kid was doing basic algebra at kindergarten or first grade. He understood the concepts. He is 3 IQ points away from genius. He's just a really smart dude. So seeing him go through that and just being so bored and just not challenged, it really strikes a chord with me. So gifted students are kind of my passion project, I guess. So yeah, it was really interesting to sit through that because I haven't had an opportunity to be trained in gifted studentry. Like, there weren't any classes available on it that I know of. I could choose to do my master's in that area, which I might, but I'm undecided. So anyway, I did that, and it was just really nice to like get the basics and see how the district identifies gifted students and like kind of their general game plan for supporting them and stuff like that. So that was a really interesting one to go to. The third session that I went to, and the one that I really, really enjoyed the most, was on reciprocal teaching, which I think I knew what it was, but didn't know that I knew what it was. So the guy came in, and there were actually only 5 of us in the group, so it worked out perfectly. So what you want to do is you want to get your kids into groups of 4 or 5. And each kid is going to have a job. You like give them a card that symbolizes the job they're going to do, and each kid gets a card. So then you give them a text, and I think it absolutely has to be a short text. Like, we only got a page is what he gave us, and it's already chunked for them. So you have 5 different chunks of this story, and then you have the kids read it chunk by chunk, and after they get through each chunk, the kid has a job to do. So one of them is like summarize, make a connection, what's a question you have, an I wonder statement, and there's something else, I can't remember it. So yeah, so you read a chunk, and then after each chunk the kids do their job, and then once they're done discussing and everybody has done their job, they rotate cards, one person to the left, and then they read the next chunk. So everybody for the next chunk has a new job. And this is like, you just work your way through the text, and it really helps struggling readers because they get to just have little bits of text that they're reading at a time, and like discuss it afterwards, and it really helps them to reinforce the story and gives them time to think and analyze and just get the text. And they also are learning from their peers how to identify these different things. He said, at first, your struggling readers are not going to like this because it's kind of like putting them on the spot, but you just make sure that they have a job at first that isn't, like, you don't give them summarize first because that's the hardest one for them to do. But if they're just asking a question about it, like, it's an easier job, or like identifying a word that they didn't know. So yeah, he said like doing this on a semi-regular basis helps students to become more comfortable with reading and discussing text, and it gives them a deeper understanding of what they're reading. And it's just like a good practice for these kids to get into because strong readers, they're already doing these things while they're reading. So his argument was this is helping to teach the students how to do analytical reading and such and such. That was my professional development day. I was supposed to go to a 4th session. However, the head librarian wanted to have a meeting with all 3 librarians. So there's him and me, and then the woman who runs the 2 elementary libraries, and we've never actually all been together at once, so he wanted to take this opportunity to do that. So we did that instead of going to a 4th session. The PD day was really good. I really liked it. And then this week at the middle school is our book fair. We're doing a 3rd book fair. And typically, I don't know that he always does 3 book fairs in a year, but we're trying out a new company for our summer reading books. So the kids all have summer reading, whether it be for like the accelerated classes have specific books that they have to read. 5th and 6th graders just need to read like 1 nonfiction, 1 fiction book. So the books that are on the reading list are at the book fair, and the kids can buy them if they want. But I mean, a big thing is that this is just a new company and we're trying them out. So typically we go with Scholastic, but this company is new. I think they said this is only their second year. And yeah, we're trying them out. They are really good. So I don't know how many of you guys out there have been in charge of planning a book fair. But Scholastic is good, but they only deal with Scholastic published books. Follett, which is the new company that we're using, deals with many publishers. So they have a wider variety of books available, and they also focus on books, not on like all the extra stuff. So Scholastic sends us a lot of like pencils and journals and cups and like just everything, and the kids will end up coming to the book fair and like spending all of their money on just tchotchkes and whatnot. So we're really enjoying the fact that they sent us just all books. They sent us one box of like tchotchkes and stuff. It's just like some pencils or whatever, like it's not a big deal. And the teachers are really liking it. They really like the variety that we have. And I haven't seen the kids around it yet. So yesterday I was at the high school and the other librarian, he was at the middle school. So today I'm at the middle school for half the day, and I will get to see how the kids respond to the books. Yeah, I would assume pretty good. I am running incredibly late today. Yeah. That's, I think, all I have for you. I'm in the school zone right now, so I'm just like prepping to like just dash into the school because, oh my god, there was a situation this morning. Not that you needed to, I don't know, it's not important. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go before I don't know. Have a good day.